Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Anna from Anna Gaming, and today we are filming another deck tech for none other than Sengoku. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so Sengoku is a purple leader. He is Navy type, he has 5 life and 5,000 power. He says activate main. You may return 8 of your active Dawn cards to your Dawn deck. Play up to 3 Admiral type characters with different names from your hand. Pretty straightforward. Return 8 active Dawn. Play 3 Admirals with different names. Huge. Starting off, we have 4 Kobe. Kobe is a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than Kobe, add it to your hand, then place the rest onto the bottom of your deck in any order. He's a searcher. Pretty straightforward. Next up, we have 4 Suru. Suru is a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 2,000 counter. She says on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy type card, add it to your hand, then place the rest onto the bottom of your deck in any order. Then, trash 1 card from your hand. She's just like Kobe, except for she's a 2K and you're forced to trash with her. And next up, we have Buddha Sengoku. This is a 1-drop event with no counter. And it says, main, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 2 Navy cards, add them to your hand, place the rest into the bottom of your deck in any order, then trash 1 card from your hand. It is another searcher. This deck has a lot of searchers and needs to be as consistent as possible to always have the 3 Admirals in your hand. So you want as many searchers as possible. Next up, we have 4 Marine Ford. Marine Ford is a 1-drop event that says, look at the top 5, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy type card, add it to your hand, then place the rest into the bottom of your deck in any order. It also says activate main, Dawn -1, rest this stage, draw 1 card, and trash 1 card from your hand. This whole deck, like I said, is about drawing cards, searching, trying to find your 3 Admirals. That is the whole point to this deck. Next, we have 2 Don Quixote Rosinante. Don Quixote Rosinante is a 2-drop with 1,000 power and 1,000 counter. He has blocker. He also says, on play, you may rest 2 of your Dawn cards if your leader has the Navy type. Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck rested. I run him as a 2-of because he's basically a 4-drop that ramps. We do run a good 4-drop that ramps, but I like having 2-of in case we need an early blocker. Yeah. Next up, we have 2 Charlotte Pudding. Charlotte Pudding is a 3-drop with 4,000 power and 1,000 counter. And she says, your turn, once per turn, when a Dawn card from your field is returned to your Dawn deck, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck rested. So it basically negates one of, if you do multiple, but it negates one of your Dawn putbacks. It ramps it back, so you're going less Dawn negative than you would normally. Next up, we have 2 Black Maria. Black Maria is a 3-drop with 2,000 power and 2,000 counter. She says, activate main once per turn. If you have no other Black Maria characters, add up to 5 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest them. Then, at the end of this turn, return Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck until you have the same number of Dawn cards on your field as your opponent. So, if your opponent's on 10 and you are at 5 when you activate this, you ramp up to 5, don't have to put any back. If your opponent's on 2 Dawn because they're playing Reiju or something, you probably don't want to use this ability because you use it and drop down to 2 no matter where you were at. But yeah, this card's good for getting all your Dawn because if you remember, your leader returns 8 Dawn from your field to your Dawn deck. And that is a lot of Dawn, so it's nice to have this card. It's also a 2K counter, which is also pretty good. Next up, we have 4 Mr. 2 Boncure Bentham. Mr. 2 is a 4-drop with 1,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says on play, add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. He also says, when attacking, select up to 1 of your opponent's characters. This character's base power becomes the same as the selected character's power during this turn. He's a good attacker. He ramps active, which is nice, so you can equip Dawn on your lead or have it up for another search. I like Boncure a lot, and I think he's the cheapest he's ever been. So it shouldn't be too hard to get your hands on them. I could be wrong about that, though. Haven't had to buy one in a long time. Alright, the next card we're running is Sengoku. Sengoku is a 5-drop with 5,000 power and 2,000 counter. He says, on play, if your leader is Navy type, add up to 2 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck, set them, and rest them, then draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. He's a good hand filter card. He's a 2K, a searchable 2K on top of that, and he ramps you 2 Dawn. He's pretty good. Next up, we have Monkey D. Garp. Garp is a 5-drop with 6,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says on play, if your leader is Navy, add up to 1 card from your Dawn deck, set it as active, and add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest it. This card is a 5-drop with 6,000 power, which is good. Pretty decent stats. He ramps you 2 Dawn, that's pretty good. And one of them's active, that's even better. So if you don't want to play Sengoku, you want to keep it in your hand as a 2K, and you have Garp, they ramp the same amount of Dawn, which is really nice. Next up, we have 4 Eustace Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd is a 5-drop with 6,000 power and 1,000 counter. He also has Blocker. He says, your turn, once per turn, when a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. He is a 5-drop version of the pudding I showed you earlier, and he ramps it back active. He's also a blocker, which is pretty good. Next up, we have 4 Sakazuki. Sakazuki is a 7-drop with 8,000 power and no counter. He says on play, Dawn -1. Give up to 1 of your opponent's characters with minus 6,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. He also says activate main once per turn. You may rest 1 of your Dawn cards. If your leader is Navy type, add up to 2 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck and set them as active. This is the most universally good of the good Admiral. You see them played in Rosinante. You see them played. Actually, I think Rosinante might be the only other purple deck. Purple Navy deck. It's been a long time since I've really looked through the leaders. But anyway, you see him played in Rosinante. You see him played in other purple decks, just straight up for that minus 6,000, which is nice. He's just a good card all around. Would recommend running him in other purple decks. And if your leader is Navy in those other purple decks, he becomes even better. So yeah. Next up, we have 4 Kuzan. Kuzan is a 7-drop with 8,000 power and no counter. He says on play, add up to 2 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest them. Then he says activate main once per turn, Dawn -1, up to 1 of your opponent's characters cannot activate blocker during this turn. He's a pretty good card. He helps you go for the final blow. He can help you with board clear because you negate a blocker, so you can not have to worry about someone's character blocking for another character. There's one thing I wanted to say about this. Oh, if your opponent is playing the new 5-drop buggy, Impel Down buggy, you can give one of his non-blocker prisoners anti-block, or can't activate block, even though it doesn't have block. So if he only has 1 prisoner and you give that prisoner can't activate blocker, even if he gives it blocker, they still can't activate blocker that turn, which is pretty cool. The card doesn't have to have blocker for you to use that ability, which I really like, especially going against decks that have buggy. The final card in the deck is Borsalino, and there are 4 of them. Borsalino is a 7-drop with 8,000 power and 0 counter. He says on play, add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck, set it as active. Then add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest it. He also says end of turn, Dawn -2, set this character as active. Then this character gains blocker until the end of your opponent's next end phase. This is a very good card. He ramps active, which I really like. It helps you use your Sakazuki ability to ramp 2 more active. And if all things go well with this deck, you can... let me put everything on the field real quick. Okay, so even without Black Maria on the field, or Pudding, or Eustace Captain Kidd, right? Let's say you're on 8 Dawn. You -8 active Dawn, play your 3 Admirals. So, Borsalino gets you 1 active, 1 rested, so that's 2 back. Kuzan gets you 2 rested, so that's 4 back. And then Sakazuki doesn't get you back Dawn unless you activate the ability. So if you activate the ability, that gets you 6 Dawn back. And if you use his on play, then you only have 5 Dawn back. But you're basically right there, ready to go again. If you don't do his on play, you can literally do the -8 Dawn the next turn if you want. But it gets even better and even crazier when you have a Eustace Captain Kidd on field or a Pudding, right? Because for each one of those that you have on field, you get 1 Dawn back. Obviously, you can only have a max of 2 of them on the field, or if you're going to do all 3 Admirals. But if you do, right, so that's -8 Dawn from your leader, get 2 back, 2 back, 2 back, 1 back, 1 back. You're back at 8. Look at that. Isn't that wild? And if you have multiple Sakazukis on field, right, you can use that ability as many times as you want in a turn. So you -8 Dawn. Let's say you have 2 on the field. You tap an active Dawn from your Borsellino. You get you get 2 active Dawn back. You tap one of those, get 2 active Dawn back. Now you have 3 active Dawn, and that ramped you a lot. So I really like this deck. It's fun. After building it, I realized it's not my play style, which I really thought it would be. I also, when the leaders were announced and support was announced, I thought this was going to be the best deck in the set. It's not. It's just a fun deck. I don't see this deck winning any big tournaments, but I have a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, here's the list. It's an interesting little cook here that I've done. A lot of other players that I've noticed don't run Bon Cure, don't run Pudding. In fact, don't even run Captain Kidd. I don't know why they don't. Maybe it's because they're newer and haven't seen the cards before. But I think my little list here is the best list for it. I've even seen people not run Black Maria, which is crazy because it's a 2K at worst. So, yeah. Alrighty. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please smash like, hit subscribe. I try to do deck techs as often as I can. It's a little hard. I don't have infinite levels of money, so I can't just be building decks constantly. And the last thing I want to do is just do digital deck techs, because that's what I used to do a long time ago for other card games, and it was miserable. I guess I could, I don't know. And I could also record gameplay using this. Anyway, that's for me to decide. But I would much rather do physical deck techs. I think they're so much cooler and fun, especially if you have an alted deck. This one's not alted, obviously. Before I had some medical issues come up, I was planning on fully alting this deck when it got announced, like mangas and everything. And I just couldn't go through with it because I had some stuff come up and have no money. But that's okay, though. It's a fun deck. Would recommend at least trying it on the sim at worst. Just to see if you like it or have fun, or maybe you are a Sengoku player and you just want to try my list, see change things up from what you're used to. But yeah, all that being said, I'm Anna from Anna Gaming. I love you all. Please spread love and be kind. Do all the social media stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.